That's Tony Hancock in. Hancock's half hour.
Have a gander at this, Hancock. The police say they've been impressed with the work we've been doing, tracking down and intercepting enemy spies.
What enemy spies? I hadn't noticed any. Is this one of your fake news stories, Sid?
The police reckon there's been loads of them. Good job I'm around. Otherwise the country would be full of them. I thought you kept your wits about you, with all your police training and that.
I do keep my wits about me, Sid. And I have had loads of police training, but I can't remember any spies. Name some names, Sid.
It's best you don't know. It's all top secret now. You'll have to ask MI5 to fill you in. They've just opened an Instagram account as it happens.
I'll ask MI5 to fill you in if you're not careful, Sid. And you're not getting a wage increase neither. Ask MI5 for a top-up if you want. I'm going to ignore what you're saying. We have not tackled any spies.
There must have been some spies, otherwise the police wouldn't have been congratulating us, would they? It's just we didn't know there were spies at the time, but we caught them anyway. That's how good we are. Just send them along to us, and they'll be spending the next 30 years in jail for treason. Anyhow, there's another spy the Met are looking for.
Is there? Does the Kremlin know we're onto them? They'll be trembling in their boots, won't they? So we've got a real spy this time, have we, Sid? Not a made-up one.
And as an added bonus, we even know his name. It's going to be a lot easier.
Well, if they know his name, why don't they go and arrest him themselves?
Unfortunately, it's only his alias we know. The cover name he's known by in MI5 circles is the Red-Throated Mole.
That's quite a nice name, Sid. I wouldn't call a traitor a nice name like Teddy Bear or Cuddles or the Red-Throated Mole. I'd call him Ivan the Terrible. Or Rasputin.
I expect the geezer's trying to put people off the scent. I expect he's a massive bear of a man.
So what's this red-throated mole been up to then, Sid?
The red-throated mole is deep inside government and he's revealing all sorts of juicy information. He can't stop blabbing. Apparently the government are in trouble. All their secrets are being revealed.
So who's this fellow working for, Sid?
He's a freelancer. Anybody who'll pay him, apparently. He's a pro. He's not fussy as long as he gets plenty of dough.
So what sort of information does he sell?
Anything that's a bit juicy.
How juicy are we talking about, Sid?
You know, juicy, saucy, risque, spicy, racy.
Racy? You don't mean racing tips, do you, Sid?
I don't expect so. Anyway, we can find out now. We've got a potential candidate for the red-throated mole coming any minute. Don't let on you know who he is. He has to betray himself.
Good morning. Have I come to the right place? I've heard you're looking for a red-throated mole. I collect them, you know.
Aha! Got you, Mr. Trusty. You've given the game away.
I said, don't try and expose him, Hancock. Give him some rope so he hangs himself. No, we're not looking for a red-throated mole, mate. What make you think that? Never heard of a red-throated mole. What is it?
Oh dear. So this isn't number 23 railway cuttings then? There must have been a mix-up. Don't worry, I'll show myself out.
Mr. Trusty, your informant, friend, is correct. This is number 23 railway cutting. Maybe there hasn't been a mix-up, but what makes you think we're interested in moles?
Well, I heard on the grapevine that you were. You pick up all sorts of bits of juicy information, don't you? If you keep your ears open. I've just had some in.
What? Juicy information?
Oh, red-throated moles, of course, silly.
You mean real ones?
Of course. What other kind are there? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I better go. I've got other potential customers waiting.
Oh, don't be hasty, Mr. Trusty. Don't rush off. Would you like a cup of tea and some rich tea biscuits? And we can have a chat. We are animal lovers after all, aren't we, Sid?
Of course we are.
Yes, all right then. I'm always ready to have a chit-chat with my fellow comrades. I'm full of useful tips and information about the care of animals and all that. Red-throated moles are my speciality.
So you're an expert, are you, Mr. Trusty? How very nice. Perhaps you could share some of your expertise with us if we ply you with enough biscuits. Ha ha.
I was hoping for a bit more than a couple of biscuits. How about 200?
200 rich tea biscuits. I don't think we've got as many as that, Hancock.
No, £200, silly. I'm not a great fan of biscuits. They're very fattening. The moles don't like them either. They can't get down their holes if they're too tubby.
Well, how about it if we take one of these juicy moles off your hands, Mr. Trusty? How much do you want for a red-throated mole?
I'm not sure I can trust you now. No, they ain't for sale. They need a really good home. They're a very demanding species. They've got very peculiar needs.
Then why on earth did you come round here trying to sell us one, for God's sake?
Because someone said you were in the market for one. Wait a minute. What's the date? The 24th. Oh, you can't have one. Sorry, it's mating season. Must be off.
Well, that was a flaming waste of time. Do you think he was our red-throated mole or not, Sid?
I've no idea, but another possible candidate is coming to visit us any minute. They've just sent an email saying they're on their way. Come on in. My name's Sid Jane.
Hello, Sid. Think of me as a friend. You don't know me, but I've come to give you an helping hand.
Welcome. We can always find room for another friend at number 23. No questions asked and all that. What can we do for you?
It's not what you can do for me, it's what I can do for you. I've got a friend of a friend of a friend who says you're after a red-throated mole.
Really? I've never seen one. In fact, we don't know what they are. They're probably poisonous, love.
Come on now, stop trying to play the innocent. Are you trying to tell me you don't know what a red-throated mole is?
Perhaps you could try and narrow it down a bit for us. Unless it's a mole with a red throat, of course, but then that's about as far as we can go. You see, we're naive and innocent and not engaged in any skullduggery or untowardness whatsoever, particularly with regards to moles.
Oh, come on. You must have seen a mole with a red throat.
Wait a minute, let me think. Now you come to mention it, I haven't.
Well, let me try and help you. Have you seen my throat? Here, have a look.
Goodness gracious, your throat is very red. Have you got a sore throat or something?
No, don't worry. It's not contagious. It's a birthmark.
So you're the red-throated mole, are you?
She can't be, Sid.
Why not?
Well, for a start, she's not a mole, she's a woman.
Yeah, Mr. James is right. I am the red-throated mole. You've heard of me, haven't you? You're exactly the gentleman I'm looking for.
Oui, mademoiselle. I have got it now. You are like the Scarlet Pimpernel.
What's the Scarlet Pimpernel? Why are you talking funny?
Well, the Scarlet Pimpernel was a man in France during in a book, of course, and he used to draw a little flower, a Scarlet Pimpernel, on his secret messages.
What a load of rubbish. Maybe I haven't come to the right place after all. You ain't professionals, are you?
Yes, we are. We're seasoned pros in the field of espionage.
Espionage? What's that? What are you talking about? I ain't no spy, but I have got some very juicy stuff for you.
That's exactly what we're looking for, isn't it, Sid? But tell me, what kind of juicy stuff are we actually looking for?
I don't know. We'll just have to keep her talking.
Yes, that's just what we're interested in. We like a bit of juice, you know, a bit of gravy on our beef, or orange juice for that matter. Any sort of juice. Anything juicy.
Yeah, mate, is the other one a bit balmy or something? What's he talking about? Has he been at the bottle or something?
He's all right. We're just testing you out to see if you're genuine.
Come on now, give me a hint. What little tidbit are you after? Who do you want to nobble?
That's it. That clears the air a bit. Get it out in the open. What you got on Boris then?
You leave Boris out of this. I wouldn't touch that hair on his head. He's a good friend of mine.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I just thought you might help us in terms of nobbling the man at the very top. He's a bit balmy, isn't he, Boris?
No, he isn't, as a matter of fact. I'm beginning to think you know nothing about this at all.
Don't listen to Hancock, lady. He's not really in on it. I'm training him up. Just give us a few names and we'll say which one we're most interested in.
What about the Moggy? Jacob Rees-Mogg?
No, I don't think we're interested in any of those three.
That's a shame. We got some lovely stuff on him. What about Dominic Cummings then?
Yeah, that's more like it. What have you got on Dominic Cummings?
You won't believe this, but he went on a trip to a place up north when he should have been in lockdown.
Don't we know about that one, Sid?
Yes, red-throated mole. Very interesting. We can use that.
Well, if you really want to use it, that will be 5,000 nicker to find out where exactly you went.
I've got a sneaking suspicion, madam, that we know already where he went. But how much have we got, Sid? I've got 30 quid. Will that do?
You're having a giraffe. You know you're dealing with the red-throated mole, don't you? I'm the best. The best deserves the best. I want top whack.
And you got anything a bit cheaper? In our price bracket.
All right, for 30 knicker, I'll tell you what sandwiches Dominic Cummings buys.
I thought you were going to tell us something juicy.
Well, his sandwiches are very juicy. He likes lashings of tangy pickle.
Wait a minute. I don't think you're the red-throated mole. I think Dominic Cummings is.
Oh, blast. How did you guess?
Bad luck. We'd have paid you good money to find that one out. Well, we found out who was the red-throated mole, Sid. Dominic Cummings. Would you believed it?
I found out who the red-throated mole was, you mean. But she might have been lying.
I don't think I'm cut out for spy work, Sid. You can't trust anyone, can you?
Good morning. I'm the Chatty Ratty. I've got some information for you.
Oh, really?
Did you know Boris is mad and he's unethical?
Yes, get out.
No, matron, there's a rat on the operating table. Don't worry, Doctor. It's only Boris Johnson.